One of the most fun things in presenting to a live audience is that I can see people who are sitting usually pretty close together elbow each other. They elbow each other. She's talking to you. You need to hear this. I hope you're listening. And so as I'm presenting and as I'm giving the message, I feed off of that energy where it's ringing true for them and they want other people to understand what's going on, but then slowly it comes back to them again. And there are times when everybody becomes very thoughtful about what I'm talking about, standing up there, connecting, and really giving them something they can walk away with. It's the best thing ever. I enjoy it immensely. What's really missing right now is the accountability question in society. And I think radio would be a great medium for capturing the idea of accountability again and letting people talk about where they want it back and how they can participate in that conversation. My plan is to get back into radio and introduce the conversation again around accountability and where is it and where did we lose it and how can we get it back? This whole idea of talk radio, intelligent talk radio that's edgy but really gets to the heart of matters intrigues me. I think from what I've been learning and talking to people about, every time I mention the fact that I may get on radio to talk about this whole issue of accountability and the lack of it and how we get it back, tells me it's time to get back on the air and get a radio show going so that we can teach the concept, talk about the concept, and in today's environment, bring it back. Things that people say that they're struggling with. For example, recently someone said to me, I really dread holding people accountable. Just thinking about it, I dread it. And I find that very interesting and write that down and start thinking about why is that so hard for people. But this whole idea as an example of holding people accountable gives me an idea, and then I just follow that thread in beginning to author the concept of the next book. When someone comes and can tell me something they read that really had an impact, it is an amazing feeling. I love it. But more than that, I think I know their change is permanent for them, and I know they had to do the hard work of shifting to what works for them, but I sparked it with something that I shared, and a lot of times that's personal. So it's a challenge sometimes to let people know what's really going on as an author, but when you do and it resonates, there's nothing like having them say that it helped them out. The first thing is the love of the topic I'm speaking about and the understanding about the difference it's going to make if I communicate it well to the people in that room. And it always is a place that I become very focused on to know who I'm talking to and to use real examples. Many people will describe what I'm doing as very funny, but also very direct. So I know there will maybe even be some discomfort in people thinking through what I'm saying to them. But there is this point in time, almost every time that I'm speaking, where I am completely unaware that there's any separation between me and who I'm talking to. I'm so in the moment that I often forget where I am and myself and go right into the message. So I would say that I am the message, and there's no distance between me and the people I'm speaking to in a way I almost can't describe. But for me, at the same time, there's many things about the activity of speaking on the topic that I'm speaking on, which is accountability, that's funny because everyone can relate to the situations, and that is heartfelt, and that is passionate, and that is right to the heart of what people are struggling with in a way that they can use it immediately. And they often say, best conference speaker we've ever had. I was standing in the hallway after a presentation, and a gentleman who was wearing a cowboy hat, and he was kind of all buttoned up to his chin, and he walked up to me and he put his hands on my shoulders and he made sure that he was looking directly into my eyes. And he said, "That was one of the best things I have ever heard. And I have a lot of work to do. And you changed my life." And in that moment of connection with someone who takes the time to walk up to you and make sure you've heard them, you can go on forever. You can get up when it's hard to get up. You can stay up late to write when it's hard to stay up late and write, because there is something about making sure that you are right on top of what's going to be of service to people when you bring them your topic and what you're going to be speaking about. And I feel that all the time. But those messages from individuals directly to me, it might come in an email or it might come from someone walking up to me, but that every time is all the success I need in terms of people expressing appreciation for a really well done presentation that hits the mark and helps them out.